I've been around Zoe longer, and you know, it don't make sense for shit to end with nigga walking out the door with his head up in the air.
Yeah,
that sucker shit.
No, it makes perfect sense. See, that's that dysfunctional toxic shit. Because only in a dysfunctional mind state do you say that I done publicly humiliated and disrespected and emasculated this brother who I done worked with for 10 years, and it don't make sense for him to walk out with his head up mad and it end like that. In what world do you do that to another man and he don't put hands on you and he stays? It's either gonna go one or two ways with me and all of my niggas. We either gonna put hands on you or we gonna completely disassociate from you. It's one or two, but that shit can't be talked out. Ain't no apology gonna fix that. I either gotta beat your ass or just leave you alone. It's one of the two. It ain't no in between. That makes perfect sense. And the fact that you don't get that shows that you have deep-seated issues, that you think Zoe was just supposed to take that shit on the chin and come back next week like ain't shit happened. Get out of here.
To me, nigga, I'm right here, nigga. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, but that's just how I get down.
Yeah.
Like if I got into it, like me and you get into it, Craig,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, you know, hey man, what's up, nigga? So what's up?
Yeah.
Where we at, nigga?
Right.
What didn't make no sense was for you to do all of that shit that you did and expose all of this shit and still exposing all of this shit. That's what don't make sense for a 50-plus-year-old nigga to be doing. That's what don't make sense, straight up.
Really ain't on no motherfucking bad guy shit anyway. And the motherfuckers really on no slick shit anyway.
Right.
This motherfuckers ain't never paid their way. Let me tell you something that the motherfuckers don't be thinking about, because I be talking about this shit, and yeah, it make motherfuckers mad, but this is what it is. If you a nigga on the street who riding and gangbanging, people call you disorderly right away.
Right.
And look at them. They foul. But when you a nigga in your late 40s and all the shit you've been doing adds up to nothing, you staying with a broad and she paying your rent and all that shit.
And I'm glad he said that, because there was a few of y'all in my comment section on the last video that was saying he was talking about Grady. He was talking about Grady, which, considering the fact that I ain't followed the show in a few years, I wasn't in a position to argue, considering I know most of y'all been following the show, but it didn't make logical sense for him to be talking about Grady when he was arguing with Zoe. Where did Grady even come from in that situation? He said, I understand your situation, Zoe. I understand the situation you in. After he said, I don't live with a bitch. And Zoe said, actually, we have similar stories or we have similar backgrounds, something like that. But Grady never came up in that situation. He was obviously talking to Zoe. So I don't know where y'all got that from. I don't know if y'all was trying to take it from, I don't know. But that never made sense to me that he was talking about Grady when he was going back and forth with Zoe. And if you watch the interaction at that part, it was obvious that he was talking about Zoe.
Nigga, I know this might make you mad, but you are disorderly. You disorderly if you can't find your way in this motherfucking world.
Right.
You just a squatter.
That has nothing to do with order. If the shit that you have done have not been successful, that has nothing to do with order. That has everything to do with the shit that you have tried to do just ain't worked out. You, on the other hand, are disorderly. It is being disrespectful is disorderly. Publicly being disrespectful is disorderly. Exposing people's personal business is disorderly. Being a damn hypocrite is disorderly. Contradicting yourself is disorderly. Being manipulative is disorderly. So stop it.
Nigga, if you my nigga Luther McKinstry taught me this shit. If you are a vehicle rolling and one of the tires fucked up, it's gonna cause the alignment to go bad.
Right.
You can't be a nigga that ain't pulling your weight, nigga. Because you motherfucking think somebody owe you something. If you in your late 40s and you ain't pulling your weight, you probably think somebody owe you something. Or you just lay up off motherfuckers, man. You gotta pull your own weight, man. If you ain't pulling your weight, don't tell me shit.
So he just exposed the fact that he exposed all of this shit because Zoe called him out on his bullshit. He took shit personal and, he got in his feelings and made it personal. And with Zoe, the shit wasn't personal. It was just about the fact that you clearly don't stand on what you say. Stop it.
Especially not in public. Pull me to the side, nigga, and then I'll calm down. Right. But you can't be the motherfucking wheel that's got to be replaced.
But that ain't what you do. You don't pull niggas to the side. You put motherfuckers on blast. So you being a hypocrite right here.
Okay. And that's who the motherfuckers I really cater to, the street niggas and bitches. That's who I really cater to the most, because that's who be in my shows. It don't be no niggas in suits like, hey, Corey, we're here to see you. No, hell no. It'd be like, nigga, go get it, nigga. We fuck with you, nigga.
And since you love to talk all that street shit, that hood street shit, common sense, street sense and hood sense would have told you that, considering the fact that Aries was disrespectful to Zoe that whole time in the streets, niggas get hands put on them for being disrespectful. Whether they been tipsy or not. In the streets, niggas duck lawyers and legal situations. Yeah, that's what happens in the streets. So since you want to talk all this hood street shit, you shouldn't have a problem with Zoe putting hands on Aries, which you didn't until the lawsuit came and he ducked it like niggas in the streets. Niggas in the streets duck legal situations. So you should be cool with this whole thing because you king of the streets. You king of the hood.
Them the niggas that I can. Do you know how hard it is to hold that type of crowd's attention for 45 minutes to an hour?
Oh my God.
It really takes talent to do it.
It does. That shit takes a lot of talent. And Corey, I will never take nothing away from him as a comedian. He's a dope comedian. I've loved Corey's comedy ever since I seen him when I was 12 years old on Jamie Foxx Laugh-A-Palooza. He's a super dope comedian, underrated. That's real talk.
I'm gonna get credit for that. I don't have the crowd with the motherfucking suits and ties on.
Right.
I got niggas motherfucking, they done snuck them things in the motherfucking joint.
Yeah.
Then the people who come see me, I'm gonna be in Omaha, Nebraska this week. The whole motherfucking street's gonna be there. All them niggas with their white bitches gonna be there.
Oh.
And the fact that you in your 50s and that's your primary crowd, your primary demographic, you appeal to them, shows how immature you are. That shows your lack of maturity as a nigga in his 50s appealing to mostly a hood street crowd. Not that there's nothing wrong with people from the hood, not that there's nothing wrong with people from the streets, but in your 50s, you should have transcended that. Not that you should shun them or overlook them, but it should be more levels to your game than just that at your age.
That nigga throwing them hands. Right.
That's why that motherfucker, man.
Anyway, so Corey, remember you was doing your show out of somebody's house and in a storage. Zoe was in the studio and knew about production.
Oh, Joy.
He helped you get to this point. You played yourself. How Zoe helped me get to my point?
She hasn't been on this show.
How Zoe helped me?
See, that sister brought up a good point. You see how Corey keep trying to use money and status in Zoe's situation to shit on him? Like Zoe should be embarrassed about his situation. The fact that you did your show out of a goddamn storage unit, you know how many Hollywood friends or associates or people that been around you in the industry look at you like a complete fucking joke, considering the fact that you done rubbed elbows with the likes of Jamie Foxx, Kevin Hart, Tyler Perry, and you was doing a fucking YouTube show out of a storage unit. You don't think that they look at you like a fucking joke? Like you ain't shit? Like you're the low man on the totem pole because of that? And because you was doing it out of a chick's apartment? Stop it. Like see how easily Motherfuckers can flip that status, money, situation, argument. It's always somebody that's doing better than you. And niggas got that shit bad. And what these fools don't realize is, it's always somebody that can shit on you for how much you make or how much you don't make, because it's always somebody doing better than you. Whether it's financially, whether they in better shape than you, whether they look better than you, whether they smarter than you, whether it don't matter, whether they stronger than you, whether they fight better than you. It's always somebody that is better than you at something. So you look like a fucking, you sound like one of these little young hip hop kids that talk about niggas being broke when they're broke. And this nigga is going to admit that this pandemic is hurting his pockets and he ain't got it like that. Let's get it.
Where's Zoe help me at? I mean, well, of course, if you're around somebody, y'all help each other.
If you called him an asset, then he was valuable to the show, which means he helped you.
That's a stupid bitch.
Take your $10 back.
Right, bitch.
You made $10 for that.
You like Zoe, bitch.
Look how emotional he is. Because she keep it real and put this shit into perspective for him. That's a stupid bitch. He sound like a straight hood rat. You like Zoe, bitch? Like, this is a 52-year-old nigga doing all this shit. That emotional to where he can't just keep it 100 and say, you know what, sweetheart, you got a point.
Why don't you motherfucking try to holler at him? Give me your number. I can
This nigga talking with his hand. Look at this nigga talking with his hand.
Fucking talk about Zoe, help me, bitch. I'm my own motherfucking man.
Bitch, I'm my own
I'm my
motherfucking
own
man,
motherfucking man.
bitch.
That shit Craig said about I don't need. I get what he mean when he say that. If a motherfucker help you,
Sound like your own
good.
bitch.
But nigga, you can put me in Saudi Arabia, in the desert. Give me a minute. I'm a bubble. Nigga. I'ma find a way. So I'm just saying, motherfucker talk about Zoe help me. Yeah, when people around each other. Like you might be walking, and because you with somebody, you fall, they help you up. That's all part of the game.
But
But nigga, trust me,
Corey,
I'm my own motherfucking
just like
man.
you told Craig
Ain't nobody paying my rent but me.
But just like you told Craig earlier, you don't know who that is.
Ain't nobody paying my rent but me. Again, I told you niggas he was talking about Zoe. And I don't know how y'all been watching 5250 or 5150, and I ain't, and I knew he was talking about Zoe and y'all didn't. That's just, let's use common sense. Common sense. Let's use your brain.
And let everybody read this dumb shit where they could tell your dumb dandruff head ass wrote it.
I don't know, Corey, Zoe said he was going to pay you when you get a lick, and you said you don't want it.
That was Zoe. I know Zoe ain't got no money. I'm just keeping it real. I ain't tripping off Zoe. Do your shit.
And that was some weak shit on Marcus' part to even add, chime in and shit on Zoe with Corey to kind of kiss up to Corey. That was some sucker nigga shit on Marcus' part, in my opinion. You ain't got shit to do with it. Like, that nigga will do you the same way if he feel like you fronted him out or you crossed him. So while you trying to alley-oop this nigga Zoe disses, he will do the same shit to you. If he did this shit to Zoe, who he done worked with for 10 years, why the fuck do you not think he will do the same shit to you?
Help old girl with them bills. You bragged on being a good father and shit like that. You didn't get a woman no credit. She paid the bill. How you gonna brag on being a good father and you ain't even got to pay motherfucking rent? Do you know how hard it is to come up with rent, nigga?
Because there's plenty of niggas that don't pay rent and they're horrible fathers. Like, I don't even know how he made that connection. Like, the fact that this nigga don't pay rent ain't got shit to do with him being a good father, because it's plenty of terrible fathers that don't pay rent. It's plenty of good fathers that do pay rent. So I'm not really getting where he's coming from with that. The fact that you don't pay rent ain't gonna make you a good father. I'm sorry. Being a good father is a day-by-day dedication that you can't really fake because you ain't paying bills or you are there. That ain't no shit you can fake for too long. You dig what I'm saying? Being a good father takes way too much time, energy, and effort for you to fake it because you ain't paying no bills. So I don't get it. I don't get it.
Rent ain't easy to come up with. Yeah, you better be a good father if you ain't gotta pay rent, motherfucker. All you baby boy ass niggas laying up on a broad. Claim you a good dad, but at least get a woman credit and say I'm able to go where I want to go during the day because the broad pay rent.
But it's funny, this nigga even bring up being a father when another nigga raised your son. Grady pointed out the fact that he went to school with a nigga that raised your son. You don't even speak on niggas being good fathers. I would much rather have a good father like Zoe, because you pointed out, oh, Tommy picked him up when he was with his daughter. But guess what? He had his baby girl with him. Another nigga raised your son. And since you pride yourself on being such a fucking man, why wasn't you raising your son, my nigga? See, let's put shit into perspective. See, you can talk all that money, boss, alpha male shit all you want to. At the end of the day, a real man raises their kids. A real man don't let another nigga raise his son and then joke about the shit in front of the whole world. So you a fucking clown, bro. Let's get it.
Yeah. What? Tell me I'm wrong, nigga. I'm open for motherfucking real shit. But only from real niggas. Because all them phone calls that I was getting from motherfuckers, man, and I gave a couple of motherfuckers.
So now you open, you open for input, but only from real niggas. Okay, I'm a real nigga. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm about to expose how you don't stand on what the fuck you talk about. And you proved it last week, right? You claim you stand on the shit that you say, right? Okay, cool. You told Zoe, you admitted that you told Zoe, don't worry about the 20 racks. I don't need your money, right? You fuck with this nigga for 3 years after the fact, going on his show, having him on your show. After this 20 racks, that situation with Aries, which you have accountability in. And as soon as this nigga call you out on your bullshit, you bring it up. But if you really stood on what the fuck you say, you wouldn't have brought it up because you already told him, don't worry about it. I don't need your money. Why didn't you stand on the fact that you don't need his money? If you're going to bring it back up years later in front of the whole world. That's number one. Number two, you said you don't let shit linger, which is bullshit because you already admitted the fact that you was tight about that 20 racks and that lawyer situation, and you let that shit linger for years. Okay, so now a real nigga done address some of your bullshit. Let's get it. What you got to say?
My time. Couple of niggas who got my number, I gave them my time. But I might have to change the number. Because it's some niggas, it's not necessary for you to call me and try to voice out what you got to say, and I don't even be around you.
So now, first last week it was, I'm open to input from real niggas, right? But now that he don't like the input and the feedback that he got, because I bet you everybody said, nigga, you wrong. Now it's, oh, I don't even be around you. So this nigga done moved the bar. First the bar was real, when real niggas call me. Now the bar is, I gotta be around you like this. So which is it, nigga? Do I gotta be around you? Do they gotta be around you? Or do they gotta be real niggas? Because you switching this shit up. Let's get it.
Call me on some other shit. You calling me, giving me advice, I don't even fuck with you, nigga.
He was a clown.
It was strangers.
You don't fuck with him, but he got your number. You don't. How did he get your number if you don't fuck with him? Especially if you, let's get it.
Niggas think you got 30, 40 minutes for them, man.
Nigga, I don't even know who you are, nigga. I'm not gonna talk to you about this shit.
And they make excuses for the other side,
See?
and you know it's coming. Like, that's your man. Right. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you feel. Just like when I said what I...
Because they didn't agree with him, he ain't got time for it. Because they didn't, I bet you if they'd agreed with his ass, he'd have talked for 30 or 40 minutes if they would have been agreeing with him. But because they said, nigga, you on some bullshit, Oh, I ain't got time, and I don't even be around you. Fuck out of here.
Said about Grady where I had the receipt where the motherfucker talk about, yeah, I stepped off or whatever the fuck. So it was like, well, he could have meant, I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck.
Why would you have a receipt? Why would you as a 52-year-old nigga have receipts of another man talking about cheating on his woman? Why would you have that? But you're supposed to be an alpha male. I don't know what alpha male keeps receipts of their partners talking about cheating on a woman. That's whole shit.
Okay, nigga. Shut your garbage ass up, garbage ass nigga. That's how I felt. What did you mean when you wouldn't fucking talk to the lawyer to help me with that shit that you caused? What?
Street nigga shit. You fuck with street niggas, you fuck with hood niggas, that's street nigga shit. I beat that nigga ass and I ain't talking to no lawyers. That's street shit. Let's get it.
Corey, you the bad guy. Darlene, check your P.O. box.
I don't
Corey
know.
act like a female. Yeah, all that shit.
You act like a fuck.
I don't know if you know.
Come see me.
Act like a straight female.
That's the nigga in your films. I'm here, baby.
Craig,
Come fuck with that.
This nigga look like he escaped from the plantation in 1802 and brought his ass to 2020.
I'm okay. You fuck with me, you do. If you don't, I don't give a fuck.
yes, you do, motherfucker. You don't know what to say.
I'm trying to tap into that money.
Kevin, this a good nigga. This a good nigga for real. I wouldn't say it just to, this a good nigga. You know how we are. We fucked up out here.
Yeah.
I've been telling you it is what it is. Kevin, whatever, fuck that shit, nigga. It's not, that music shit I told you about, I'ma show it to you. The only reason I ain't already gave it to you is because this pandemic got my paper a little fucked up. But,
Oh, so the pandemic got your paper a little fucked up. Wasn't you just shitting on Zoe for being a broke ass nigga? How do you think Kev looks at you? You just admitted that your paper is fucked up and you begging this nigga for a job. How does that make you look? Big alpha male boss that is shitting on your partner that you done worked with for 10 years? See how quick that shit flip? See how easily somebody else can shape and frame your situation and make you look like less than? See how easy that shit is?
I'm basically damn near done with it. I'm a nigga. Fuck with me. Come get me, Kev. Fuck these dicks.
Fuck, let me come get me, Cam. Like, this shit is pitiful. And he's shitting on Zoe. Fuck out of here.
Damn, don't leave me no more. I'm a plastic cup boy. Come get me, nigga. Naeem, tell Kevin to come get me. Pookie, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to check you like that when you was out of pocket. Pookie, I love you. Just come get me, nigga. What's the other nigga name? I got into it with the head.
One of the boys.
Cold black nigga. Goddamn, I can't believe I can't think his name. All y'all niggas. Okay, that shit passed. It's over, nigga. I'm here. Come get me, nigga.
This is the alpha male boss that you niggas was in my comment section talking all that shit about. And what alpha male do you know that begs another man that put on a wig and a dress and kissed another man for a job? Well, please tell me what alpha male, what boss you niggas know that do that shit. You niggas was talking all that shit. Now, King Corey has how the mighty have fallen.
All right, give me. I'm gonna wear my plastic cup boys jacket over there. I'm gonna find my way to your front door, Kevin, and be like, I wanna be Kevin, you wanna be. Now, man, everybody congratulate you, man. Love you, nigga. Love you, nigga. Thank you for everything you ever did for a nigga. Kevin Hart was very instrumental in my career because, like I said, I always been that nigga. If you crack the door, I'm straight from there. You ain't gotta find me a seat. Just get me in.
But you an alpha male. You a boss. You shouldn't need nobody to crack the door for you. You said you find your own way. If you the type of nigga that's gonna find your own way, why do you need a nigga to crack the door open for you? Whether he finds you or see, you shouldn't need a nigga to crack the door open for you. You an alpha male. You a boss. You find your own way. So get the fuck out of here.
Good from there. You ain't got to check on me.
Right.
Kevin cracked the door on some shit for me. Corey, go. I was like, thanks, my nigga. I'm good from here.
Yeah.
So I got love for you, boy. Keep getting that motherfucker. Be historic in this Hollywood game, nigga.
I bet you do got love for him. In hopes that you get another role or another job or some trickle down Hollywood crumbs from Kev for not shitting on him and keeping it real about him like you do everybody else that you know ain't gonna give you a job or ain't gonna lead you to no bag.
Fine.
Second. Damn.
I'm here to tell you right now. Let me say this. If Zoe needed my help and he reached out to me, that's when you will see who I am. I stand up, nigga. Fuck that shit. Call. I heard Bernie Mac say this shit.
Why the fuck would Zoe reach out to you for help if he needed it when he know you ain't gonna do shit but expose the fact that he looked out, the fact that you looked out for him when he needed it, whenever you don't like the fact that he called you out on his bullshit. See, Corey is one of these niggas that will do shit for people just so they can hold it over your head. And he's one of these motherfuckers that take notes of every little thing in your life that he can use against you if he feels like you have fronted him out or called him out on his bullshit. He can expose you. I would never ask this nigga for help. I don't give a fuck what jam I was in or how bad I needed it. Based off of what I've seen from you.
Kool-Aid, right.
But we black, man, we act like we ain't seen motherfuckers get into it. I grew up in that. I watched my dad get on his knees and fist fight his older sister. Bitch, you wanna talk shit like you're a man? I'll fight you on my knees, bitch. And he throwing haymakers trying to knock her out while her husband watching. And she bobbing and weaving. You feel what I'm saying? I grew up in dysfunction, man. Like, nigga,
I'm so used to damage shit like he's saying.
Man.
It don't, look, let me tell you something. I know.
And it is for that exact reason why we cannot take y'all seriously as it pertains to situations like this. Because y'all grew up in dysfunction. So your perception of normal is based off of your background and your experiences. And if you grew up in dysfunction, dysfunction is normal to you. But there's people who didn't grow up in dysfunction. So people like me, we have a zero tolerance for dysfunction because it's not normal. See, these brothers can't see that it's not normal because they grew up in it. So it's normal to them. Your perception of normal is based off of your experiences in your upbringing. So you can't tell a motherfucker with a normal, stable background, man, that shit ain't that deep if you grew up in dysfunction. Because your tolerance level for dysfunction is way higher than the average person. Your threshold is going to be much higher than somebody who didn't grow up in dysfunction. Let's get it.
We'll ball your little ass up. I know when I played Zoe basketball, goddammit, we played a game one day and he won the first game. But I was shooting all jumpers and he was talking shit. I was like, oh, okay, nigga. Second game, I was housing him. Too little.
Now this nigga reminiscing on him and Zoe playing basketball and shit. Like a broad reminiscing on first and second dates and shit. I remember with Zoe, we played a basketball game. He won the first game. This nigga, he misses Zoe. Like pay attention to this shit. He misses Zoe. That's why he's so bitter and in his feelings, because he really wanted Zoe to come back. Like he really did. Like that's why he tried to patch it up at the end of the episode. That's why the door is still open. Quote unquote.
I had a pallet, nigga. I had a pallet with a design like that. No, nigga, I used to lay them tires.
Nigga, the game don't stop, nigga. This motherfucker shit carries on. Maybe my brother Zoe might stop through one day, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he won't. I hope y'all kick-ass niggas who want to talk that shit feel happy, because I'm about to talk that shit about it.
So, You do a song disrespecting your brother, who you say is your brother, after you done just spent 2 hours shitting on your brother, after you just spent a good hour the week before exposing and disrespecting your brother, only to turn around and say, maybe one day my brother will come on this show. Why the fuck would he come on the show after everything that you've said and done? Like, this nigga is sick in the head. Like, pay attention. This is what a sick nigga looks like. This is what a toxic nigga looks like. This is what somebody who has zero conflict resolution skills looks like. And this is the type of shit that they do. Because he doesn't have the humility to do the right thing, or he may not know how to do the right thing. My spidey senses is telling me he didn't have no man, growing up. He didn't have no real male role model. Because he exposes all feminine behavior. Not that all women act like this, because I know a lot of women that's way more solid than this nigga will ever be. But some women act just like this. I don't know no men that act like this, not personally, not knowing that I associate with. I only know females that act like this, or I only see females act like this. Let's get it.
Hey, man, shit, motherfucker ain't gonna switch it up to make no motherfucker happy he don't know. So, like I said, I invite motherfuckers saying shit, doing shit, but long as you right there, nigga, I'm with it.
Straight up.
You still a sucker though? Okay, well keep watching, nigga, and voice your opinion.
Right.
But
I can respect it. He ain't in his feelings about what people say. I can respect it, but this nigga is a cold sucker though. Cold sucker. Let's get it.
But don't walk up on me in the streets.
No.
Cause that's a whole nother atmosphere. I'm on protection mode. Like when the cat got his back up.
When you see the big pocket.
You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do nothing but smile and take a picture with a big ass piece of chicken, or take your ass to the other side of the airport or the other side of the nightclub, wherever the fuck a nigga see you at. But we all know every time you bump into a nigga that you supposed to have some type of confrontation with, it don't never go the way you claim it's gonna go. It ain't never on site the way you say it's gonna be on site. It ain't never gonna be, I say it to his face. You don't never say it to a nigga face the way you claim you gonna say it to a nigga face. So stop it. If a nigga walk up on you in person, you gonna duck it or smile and take a picture. Let's get it.
Really?
Nigga, this is hood shit. This is how it goes. So people out there talk about somebody wrong, bitch. I know your house ain't in order, cause you talking crazy to me.
So basically, we know your house ain't in order because you talk crazy about Stephen A. Smith and a whole bunch of niggas. So again, you being a hypocrite.
Bum ass bitch, goof ass nigga. But I love you still. I fuck with you. You come up to me. If you respectable, I'm gonna motherfucking be respectful to you. But if you're not respectable, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do what we gotta do. Did that rhyme?
Smile and take a picture.
Yeah.
Let's go get it. Here's another donation since nobody's helping. What the bitch say? Since nobody helping you. Sad story, bro. Bitch, I know you sad because you still talking back and forth to a nigga you don't know, thinking your little donations is gonna make me fold. I don't fold no matter what.
Only base heads fold.
Only when you bump into a nigga you've been talking shit about for years in public. That's the only time you fold. You right, Corey. You don't fold unless you run into a nigga you've been shitting on in public.
12, I heard.
So congrats to Kevin Hart and his production company Heartbeat for signing a new deal with Netflix. It's a long-term deal that'll allow him to do his films. The exclusive partnership calls for Kevin to be the star of at least 4 films that he'll produce. Media coverage is saying that this is a big commitment for both Kevin and Netflix, and that the last such deal that Netflix cut like this was with Adam Sandler, and that deal was said to be in the vicinity of $150 million. Kevin's last, and that was theirs. They didn't say how much Kevin's was. Kevin's last Netflix comedy specials and his films and docuseries on Netflix have grossed more than a cumulative, though, worldwide, $4 billion at the global box office. Kevin said that this deal partnering with Netflix is an amazing opportunity for Heartbeat, his company, his people, and myself. He said, I'm excited to produce and act in cutting-edge films with Netflix. And just for your information, within the first 4 weeks of his last Zero Fucks Given special on Netflix, 21 million Netflix account holders chose to watch that in a total of 4 weeks.
Hey,
So
Kevin,
that was
it's
a record.
Corey. I'm one of the Plastic Cup boys. I still got my jacket, nigga. Let's do something with the lost Plastic Cup boy.
And shout out to all you Corey stands in my comment section leaving all them goofy ass comments. Yeah, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Hating on Corey, nigga. Corey a boss, nigga. Y'all just sympathize with that broke ass nigga Zoe, nigga. Nigga, y'all don't know nothing about no real alpha males, nigga. Corey a alpha, nigga. Now look at this nigga right here kissing Kevin Hart ass just to get some Hollywood trickle down crumbs, hoping that Kevin put him in a movie or do something with his ass. This is the big alpha boss. Cause y'all niggas all in the car. Corey is a boss. Corey's a boss. He's a boss. He's an alpha. This nigga is kissing Kevin Hart ass and considering the fact that this nigga has shitted on niggas for wearing dresses, shitted on niggas for doing gay roles. He ain't said shit about Kevin Hart wearing a dress and dressing up like a woman on SNL, a wig and a dress on SNL, and kissing a rock in that movie Central Intelligence. Corey won't say shit about that. Do you know why? Because the big boss hopes that the other man, Kevin Hart, gives him some Hollywood crumbs because Kevin is winning. And you also notice, if you remember, this nigga was shitting on Tyler Perry. And then Tyler Perry put him in I think he put him in a couple episodes of House of Pain or something like that. And then nigga ain't have nothing but good shit to say. Just like Kevin, who put him in a couple of movies, got him hooked up with a couple of movies. This nigga is only as loyal as his last meal, or he's only as real as his last meal. So if you help him get him a bag, he ain't gonna keep it real with you. He ain't gonna keep it real on you because Kevin Hart, I like Kevin, so I don't want nobody to think I'm hating on Kevin Hart. But being real, like Corey says he is, that nigga's money do not match his funny. It doesn't. This nigga is not funnier than Mike Epps, Cat Williams, Earthquake, Corey, a lot of niggas. But I rock with Kev because he look out for his people. And that's why I fuck with Kev. He look out for his people. If he fuck with you, he got you. But that's beside the point. But this is the alpha male. This is the boss that you niggas was in my comment section talking all that shit about. So let's see how the boss alpha male kisses up to the nigga that wears dresses and wigs and kisses niggas.
I'm still, look, nights like this, I wish props would I want Choir Boy to be like, call me.
That's funny.
Kevin, I fuck with you, nigga. Look, I'm laying dormant, nigga. I'm a G. I'm gonna take care of myself. But nigga, come get me.
Come get me? I thought you make your own way, my nigga. I thought you was a boss. I thought you didn't need nobody for shit. I thought if we drop you off in Saudi Arabia, you gonna get it popping in Saudi Arabia. So why the fuck is you asking a nigga that put on a wig and a dress and kissed another man, come get me, nigga, come get me. Fuck out of here.
Come get me, little bro. These niggas mad at me. Hey, Kevin, just let me know where I need to audition. Because goddammit, I'm ready.
Your mom? I met your mom.
You be hating.
What do you mean I be hating? I didn't hate.
We just messing with you, D. Don't I don't want you walking out of here like Zoe did last.
I don't want.
Zoe, that nigga.
I'm over here trying to
I see
clean
this
up.
look right here.
I thought that
Oh, that nigga, I know. This how that nigga walked out the door, just like this.
Oh, stop.
Was that the first time y'all ever got into it?
Oh,
I don't know if that's the first time we got into it, but it was like that, and I knew it was. Let me tell you something. There are niggas out here. Once you expose them, they'll never fuck with you again, cause they can't run it no more. They be like, this nigga know who I am. I'm not comfortable around him now that I know he know who I am.
That's bullshit because common sense would and again, this nigga keeps insulting my intelligence and everybody's intelligence. Common sense would tell you that if you was able to expose all of this shit about Zoe, he was cool with you knowing who he was. If you drove to Oakland or wherever and paid for his hotel room to let him sell his books, if you paid for the 20 racks and knew he didn't have the 20 racks, if you knew he lived with his woman and she was paying all the bills, if you knew all of this shit about Zoe and he kept coming on your show and kept having you on his show, obviously he was comfortable with you knowing who he was. What he was not comfortable with was you exposing to the world his situation. So again, this nigga keeps trying to manipulate the conversation and reshape and frame the narrative to make himself look better and to make Zoe look worse. That shit ain't have nothing to do with Zoe saying, excuse me, with Zoe saying, oh shit, Corey knows who I am. I can't come back. No, you expose my personal business to hundreds of thousands of people, which lets me know I can't fuck with you because you a bitch ass nigga. Stop trying to manipulate the people, bro. That shit is weak.
If I get into it with a motherfucker that I've been knowing 10 years, how the fuck one day gonna make me be like, fuck you forever?
Because you can do a lot of bullshit in one day that can make somebody say, fuck you forever. Nigga, I can fuck your wife in one day. I can molest your child in one day. I can disrespect your manhood in one day. I can disrespect your mother or your father in one day. The fuck is you talking about? And which further exposes the fact that this nigga is bitter about the fact that Zoe left and don't want to mess with him no more. He's bitter like a bitter ex-girlfriend. That's why he keeps bringing Zoe up, bro. This is the Corey Holcomb show. Why are you steady talking about Zoe if he don't fuck with you no more? Because you bitter about the fact that he left, which is why you mentioned, oh, I left the door is open, but you keep going in on him. Then you want to reminisce about the times y'all played basketball, just weird shit, just goofy shit.
Right.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
Nigga's a whole weirdo, bro.
Oh, you can't hear him.
Yeah, I can't remember.
This nigga made a whole song about this man.
That was long time ago. About a week now. Let's get into it. This is what niggas say when they bullshit with you, y'all. Yeah, check it out. I got you when I hear the lick, this nigga mad. I got you when I hear the lick, this nigga sad. I got you when I hear the lick, everybody knows. I got you when I hear the lick, that's what niggas tell hoes.
No, you doing what hoes do. Hoes will tell you, oh, baby, it's okay, something is cool, whatever the situation is. And then as soon as y'all break up, they get on Facebook or Twitter and expose to the whole world whatever issue they had with you that they already said was cool. You already said the money, I don't need the money, I don't need your money, don't worry about it. Now you want to keep bringing it up, proving that you don't stand on your shit. And it's so funny that this nigga is 52 and he don't see it. How do you not see that you're exposing your own self? How do you not see that you're making yourself look better? I'm 32 and I can see it. You're 52 and you don't see you're making yourself look like a motherfucking fool and like a motherfucking female and like a bitch ass nigga. You can't see it. That's crazy to me. Let's get it.
When I hear the lick, this nigga mad. I got you when I hear the lick, this nigga sad. I got you when I hear the lick, everybody knows. I got you when I hear the lick, that's what niggas tell hoes.
And then he want to bring everybody else into it And that's really hoe shit. Because you don't just want to deal with it yourself. You want to bring Marcus and Craig and Darlene into it too. And they don't have no issue with Zoe. But Corey is very toxic. So he knows that having them sing along is going to fuck up their relationship with Zoe too. So basically, if I can't be cool with Zoe, can't nobody be cool with Zoe. Which is a part of the reason that him and Zoe fell out, because Zoe was showing him the bullshit that he was on with Grady. And he felt like Zoe was taking Grady's side. So to make sure this shit don't happen for future references, let me humiliate Zoe and let me bring Craig and Marcus and Darlene in with me, so I don't even have to worry about this shit happening.
You say that. Listen, you talking to a cat that been through them type of games. It's a goddamn shame. You did dirt, but now I'm the blame, nigga. Pay what you owe. Cause one thing I know, you got these debts out here, this is how it go. I'm not gonna smile and be phony for too much longer.
Nigga, you done smiled and been phony for 3 years. You told him don't worry about that debt. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't have paid the money back. He shouldn't have tried to come up with a payment plan. If I owe somebody 20 racks or I cost somebody 20 racks, I'm going to do everything that I can to get them that money. That's just the type of person that I am. I don't like owing people shit. I don't like nobody being able to hang shit over my head. That shit is, I'm going to be thinking about the 20 racks more than you going to be thinking about the 20 racks. But that's me. But you told him personally, don't worry about it. I don't need your money. And I know he said it because he know Zoe ain't in a financial situation to give him the money. So he looked at Zoe kind of like he was a joke for even saying that. I get that. I understand that. But at the same time, you said out of your mouth, don't worry about it. And you should have stood on it. If it was really don't worry about it, you should have stood on it. If you such a real nigga that say what you mean and you tell the truth, then you should have said, nah, nigga, we gonna have to come up with a payment plan. I don't care whether you got it or not. You gonna have to find it, nigga. It's 20 racks. I can't take no $20,000 L. That's what you should have said. But again, he's just exposing that he's not as real as he says he is. He's exposing that he's full of shit. And it's always the fakest niggas in the room that claim to be the realest niggas in the room. It's usually, whenever a nigga talk about how real they are, they usually fake as fuck. Straight up, let's get it.
Real niggas say shit that's much stronger. Got you when I hit a lick, this nigga mad. I got you when I hit a lick.
Darlene don't even want to sing along with this shit. So that's my breakdown on the latest 5150 episode with Corey continuing the feminine hoe shit. Leave some feedback in the comment section if you liked it, if you hated it, if you want to call me a bitch ass nigga, if you want to call me a faggot ass nigga. You niggas said all kind of crazy wild shit, but it don't matter. I ain't fazed by this shit. So like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Zion Amari, Real Spit TV. I'm out.
Nigga, you motherfucking watch the game just like I do. The nigga brought up something about you be taking the studio ideas. Nigga, I go to white people's studios, look around, and be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this type of shit.
Right.
He said that's smart. He said that's smart on your part. So he didn't say it to belittle you. So stop trying to reframe the narrative.
What's wrong with that?
He didn't say nothing was wrong with it.
Whereas that brother Zoe go to white people's studios and be like, can I do my show on here?
Right.
I'm just saying. A lot of people may not realize this, man. We built this shit up, man.
So he gave you props where he said that was smart for you to peep game and implement it into your situation. But you gonna take it, twist it, and try to use it to shit on him. Shows character. Let's get it.